Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back, friends. I'm Simon.
I'm Ellie.
And if you enjoy our videos, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell thing. That would be very kind of you indeed. And it feels just a minute ago that we covered the original two teasers for Lord of the Rings of Power. The first one seemed to royally piss off J.R.R. Tolkien fans. The second one marginally pissed off some of the more hardcore Tolkien fans, but seemed to win over a broader group. Now, of course, it's San Diego Comic-Con weekend when we're recording this, and they just dropped the new trailer to The Rings of Power, and people seem to be losing their minds about it. We've had no spoilers so far, so we're going to dive in right now, check out the new trailer to Lord of the Rings of Power from Amazon Prime Video. If you want to see what we think about it, then stick around until the end. But for now,
let's go.
Let's do this.
We thought the war, at last, was ended.
Today, our days of peace begin.
Famous last words.
We thought our joys would be unending. We thought our light would never dim.
The skies are strange.
It is here, Galadriel. The moment we feared.
Evil does not sleep. It waits.
Ah, I got
Beyond
goosebumps.
the darkness, tempting shadow, to bury us all beneath the mountain.
Oh, man.
He has not one name, but many.
Have you heard of him, lad? Have you heard of Sauron?
Oh, I have. Oh, my God.
If the evil rising is left unchecked, it will take us all. Find the light, and the shadow will not find you. Together we can survive this! Fight with me.
Each of us must decide who we shall be.
Oh, man. This looks epic.
There can be no trust between hammer and rock. Eventually, one or the other must surely break.
Wow.
You have been told many lies of Middle-earth.
Oh, my God. Oh my goodness, like that trailer wasn't good enough. They have to just tease you with a tip of a Balrog at the end. That's what she said. What did you think of the new full trailer for Lord of the Rings of Power?
I think like some of the other trailers we've responded to recently, this was one I feel a little bit confused about.
Oh, really?
But I don't think it matters. Like, I've kind of forgotten like a lot of the Lord of the Rings lore. But I think I don't think it matters. Like, we can watch it and just kind of and I'm sure it will explain when it's on as well. Kind of explain what's.
See, what I'm hearing is that we need to re-watch the extended edition Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit movies before September. So we've got the clock's ticking. There's a lot of content there. Yes. Yeah, I must admit, for one, I actually watched, I think, the first Lord of the Rings movie, The Fellowship of the Ring, and then I started reading the books, and I read the books before I got to The Two Towers. But I read them, I guess, relatively, I mean, not relatively, still 20 years ago when those movies were made, but relatively recently. Like, I've read the Lord of the Rings books and The Hobbit since I was a kid, so I have more of a recollection of the story. But just, I think what I loved about this trailer was it's focusing on the creation of the Rings of Power that we use to bind and capture Sauron. So that feels very, very relevant to the Lord of the Rings movies that we all know and love. And it has a very similar look and feel, I thought. I mean, you know, I think I saw the Tree of Gondor there with the blossoms coming off of it, where we saw Denethor in the newer movies. And there's just so much there that resonated. I think we saw Rivendell as well with the elven arches. Just these amazing, amazing sets that really looked like I remember the Lord of the Rings movies. And I'm sure people are going to nitpick, but I mean, this is a series on which Amazon have spent $1 billion on one series of a TV show, which would never have been even thought possible before. But I guess this is a kind of quality that we can come to expect. I didn't really catch, it's funny because the previous teaser I caught a lot about the cast, and there were a lot of faces that I didn't recognize and a few faces that I did. This one seemed to focus less on the cast and more on the story, but we did get to see Galadriel in full-on battle. We saw her in the sea or something. We saw her with this kind of Valkyrie crew around her, and she seems to be a pivotal character, so I'm really, really excited to see what we get from Galadriel in this as well. But man, I will be interested to see what the haters are saying about this. I mean, I understand that there are people that are criticizing not following Tolkien's original writings, but there seems to be enough Tolkien content in this series that it's keeping the majority of people happy. And I don't know how you could hate this trailer. It just looked awesome to me. Man, that Balrog at the end kind of blew my brain, and I'm struggling to put words together.
I hope we get dragons as well.
Oh, well, who knows? I guess we'll find out. I'm sure I saw the eagles in the previous teaser, so we're at least going to get some large flying thing action.
It looked like there might be a sea dragon, maybe, or like a sea monster.
Maybe that's who Galadriel was fighting in the sea, showing off her guns. But man, this looks great. And we don't have very long. And when you think about it, towards the end of August, we're getting Game of Thrones House of the Dragon. And then at the beginning of September, we're getting Rings of Power on Prime Video. So I hope your fantasy appetite is full at that point, because that is a lot of content. Not to mention the new Dungeons & Dragons trailer, so we have so much more stuff to get on with from San Diego Comic-Con this weekend. So we're going to run off right now, go tackle some more of those teasers and trailers and sneak peeks, but we will be back very, very soon, friends, on the next Nerd Safari.
Peace out, nerds.
Shut up and sit down.